Good morning. This morning is Monday, the 28th of July, and nice bright morning, lovely weather, roads are dry, and I'm just going across to Crossing Hand to meet up with my friend Roy. And we're going to go on a really short bike ride to the 1066 cafe on the A21. Traffic is horrendous this morning, and have some lunch or late breakfast or whatever. But I need to get the bike washed off on the bottom end because I haven't used it for a while, and it's filthy dirty. So we'll try and get that done first. I need some fuel, so I'll get that done as well. And job will be a good one. Meet up with Roy at the Shell station at Crossing Hand. And I haven't seen him for a few months. He's been doing bits and pieces on his house and been away on holiday. Spends more time on holiday than anybody, and I think that you've got to enjoy life, and he does. Been away a few times in his motorhome. Like us all, we get the itch to go out on the bikes, especially when the weather's half sensible like it is today. Right, we'll leave it here for a minute and go and get a token for it. Hi, could I have a jet wash, please? Oh, 6 minutes will be fine. Thank you. Sorry? No. I don't. Lovely, thank you. Okay. Okay, lovely, thank you. Well, I'll just push this up out of the way and then let it sit and dry off a bit while I wait for Roy to come. And here he is now. Good morning, Mr. Warren, sir. This time with gloves. Always better with the gloves than without. So we're now heading from Crossing Hand over to the A21 via Etchingham and all that, I should think, and go and have some breakfast in the A21 or 1066 cafe. It's called the 1066 now, apparently. Can't remember what it used to be called, but it certainly is a warm day. Watch the potholes. Always a nightmare on a bike. Bad enough in a car. On a bike, it's absolutely diabolical. Bloody councils. Spend too much money on immigrants, that's the trouble. At least the big men are working. We don't seem to have any issues down here that, except Brighton. Brighton, they have terrible issues, especially when the Green Party ran it. Bloody marvellous, isn't it? Worst rubbish collection in history, and it's the Green Party in power. Now it's the Labour, and it's just as bad. But we're lucky up here at Wealdon. We don't seem to have issues with that. Everything else, but not that. Just coming into Heathfield through the town centre. Luckily, after washing the bike down, it didn't take more than about 10 minutes to dry off. So the seat was nice and dry by the time Roy turned up, and it was good to see him. I haven't seen him for months. Mind you, he spends half his life on holiday, so it's hardly surprising I don't see him. Out of all the bikes that I've ridden, this is the best one I've had. 2021, I think. Might be a 2022. Have to check it out. No, I think it's a 2021 Tiger 900, and it's been absolutely marvellous. I've had it up and down to Spain half a dozen times, and it's just been a brilliant bike. It's a lovely ride, nice and comfortable. It's got the power if you need it, not if you don't. And just anybody who's had the early Tigers, the 800s and all, these are far, far superior. Trade it in and get yourself a newer Tiger 900. Absolutely lovely bike. Be a garden centre here somewhere on the left. Very good one. I remember back in the 80s, a couple took it over, a young couple, only probably in their 20s, and service them was second to none. And used to be able to, whatever you went out and bought, they were very helpful. And not only that, if you decided to buy some trees and things, they would actually come and plant them for you, absolutely free of charge, which probably not do it. They probably don't do it today, because with any luck they've done well and established themselves and don't have to. But yeah, back in the day it was they were brilliant. I think it was this one here. There you go. It's now actually I think we stopped there on one of the trips out here, and yeah, I think they've got a cafe and all in there, but a bit highfalutin, not a normal transport cafe. Oh, what's a fire vehicle? Checking the hydrants. Checking the hydrants. It looks like there's 2 or 3 nurseries down here now. Well, and they built some houses there. Bloody hell. I haven't been down this road for a few years, I think. Takes you up through Burwash. I used to come up to Burwash quite regularly on a Sunday. A friend of mine in the estate agency business, who used to do a fair amount of work for me, he had a pub in Burwash, which we're going to pass. Just trying to think of the name of it now. It's just up here on the bend. he used to do an amazing, oh, the Wheel Inn, that's it, the Wheel Inn, that one there. He used to do an amazing Sunday lunch. Couldn't eat it. Big plates and the meat covered half the plate. Unbelievable. Superb value. In fact, it was cheaper to go and eat there on a Sunday lunch than it was to go into the supermarket and buy the meat and cook it. And you got no washing up, no stress. Couldn't be better. And he gave the pub up after about 2 or 3 years, just too much work with running his estate agency as well. Now we're just coming into Burwash. Which is lovely little village, this Burwash. Got the National Trust Batemans, as you can see, half a mile down there. Well, that was Burwash. Very, very picturesque little village. God knows what it's like to live there. The trouble is, you see a lot of these, especially on places like Midsummer Murders, where cracking little villages, but nobody knows what it's like to live there until you actually live there. They look like a chocolate box, but they could be a nightmare. It just depends on the amount, on the people that are actually in the village. Dip in the old drain cover. I must admit, I do miss going out riding, especially in Spain. I used to love it out there with my old mate Bob. done some trips and a half. Oh, here we go. Just what you love. Always a nightmare. Oh, still, it is what it is. Yeah, coming back to Bob, I keep meaning to go up to the tram village that's up the north, and don't ever seem to get round to it. I actually booked it a couple of years back, and the accommodation that I booked phoned me up a week before and said, we're really sorry, but we've had a flood, and I couldn't do it. And then I couldn't book anywhere else because it was all full up there, and I never did go, which I must get round to doing that. I think that's going to be some really good filming up there. I'd love to go up there on a bike and do it, but I don't know. Trouble is, I'm a fair weather rider, and I hate getting caught out when it's chucking it down with rain. So I have done in the past, but it's no fun. Riding bikes in the rain is no fun at all. The fun is the good weather. The trouble is with England, you cannot guarantee the good weather. At least with Spain, we could pretty much guarantee, and even if it rained, it only rained for about half an hour, and then within an hour everything was dry. So it's just unfortunately being back in the UK, thanks to Mr. Government and Brexit. Messed it up for a lot of people. Anyway, they were different days back then. I actually did go back out there for a week to see my old friends that were still living there. And it was great to catch up with them. Hurst Green. There's two of these. There's this one here, and there's one up near Oxted. A long time ago I made a mistake. I arranged to meet somebody at the pub at Hurst Green, and I went to the wrong Hurst Green, and then I couldn't understand why they weren't in the pub, because they were down here at this Hurst Green, and it took me about half an hour to get down from Oxted down to here. Something going on the village hall today. Meet the A21. We're now going to go right, only for a short period, and we should pick up the A21 Cafe, the 1066 as it's now known. And actually have to see whether that's actually the name of it or whether it's just what everybody calls it, because we've had that before. Royal George was a good pub in its day. It then became a Chinese restaurant, and then something to do with cricket. Hurst Green Cricket Club it said on it, I think. So God knows what that is now. Maybe it's a club. Always a pleasure riding with Roy. Such a good rider. Mind you, having said that, so is Bob. It was always a pleasure riding with him. Bob spent years and thousands and thousands and thousands of miles on a bike. He's only ever had a bike, never had a car, never had a licence. Only a motorbike licence. He used to go to work on them. Snow, rain, sleet. And good old Bob, he just gets on them and he just keeps going and going and going and going until he gets where he wants to be. Doesn't seem to get saddle sore or cold, or well, he does get cold. Remember, he had to pick up a bike for me once in France. I took him up in the car and he rode it back. We came across the Pennines and it was about -8. And when you watch this, Bob, when you watch this particular one, it'll all come flooding back to you. And the poor sod, we had to stop at, I was okay, I was in a car, so it was nice and warm with the heater. But poor old Bob out on the bike at -6, -8, something like that it was. We had to stop at fuel stations to thaw him out until we cleared the Pennines and dropped down into Spain, and then all of a sudden it was a lot better. I think it went up to about 8 degrees or 10 degrees or something, but yeah, what you know, and he did it as a favour, which was, you know, I can't, great bloke, absolutely great bloke. It would be good to try and get to ride with him again, but him being up in Hull and us being down on the south coast, it is just a little bit of a tad of distance. But, Christ, there was a drop there. Watch that on the way back, you don't notice that. Rex's Speed Shop. Robertsbridge bypass, and the cafe is just up here on the right. I think. It's further up than I thought. Aha! Here it is. And we've landed.
Well, this is the 1066 Cafe, and it has actually been renamed the 1066 Cafe. And wow, what a difference. I just don't remember it at all. Not like this. There used to be this bit here where they've turned into a big shop. Used to be a motorcycle clothing place. Used to be able to buy gloves, jackets and that sort of thing. Apparently they've gone to Hastings now, and they've turned this into a massive great shop. Nice ice cream display there, and what a transformation. Unbelievable. Totally revamped. Have a quick look out in the garden.
No, I'm fine in here. It's a bit cooler. Too hot out there.
Quite a nice day today. I think we'll probably end up sitting out there.
Is it too cold for you? No, I'm not hot. Well, we'll go outside then. Yeah, there's one up the thing under a shade, but... Okay, right.
Well, I think we'll end the video here. We had a great breakfast, bit of a natter, bit of a catch up for old time's sake, and we look forward to the next one. I'm not sure when that'll be. That all depends on weather and everything else, but hey ho, it is what it is. If you like what you saw here, and you've got an interest in motorcycle riding out or something like that, just give us a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, and then you'll get notified when the next one gets issued. So take care, ride safe.